Good Monday morning, friends. It is time for Facebook Live. And I'm excited to be here today. I'm like in a different place than normal. I don't know if you can tell that. But I have been just refreshing to get this on my computer real quick. Turn off the sound. Oh, wait. There we go. Turn off the sound so I can watch. This last weekend I went to Las Vegas, and so I went to, as you can see, if I have any fellow Backstreet sisters out there, say hello. Went to the Backstreet Boys concert at the Sphere. I was with my 3 sisters and 2 buddies, and so there were 6 of us. We had such a blast. And so anyway, did that all weekend. They have like this, we stayed at the Venetian. They have like this pop-up shop there. It was super fun. And then yesterday we checked out of the Venetian and drove from Las Vegas down to, my word, I'm forgetting the name now, Kingston or Kings something. Where did the name of the town go? I have no idea. Something in Arizona. And my sister wanted to buy some turquoise jewelry, and so she has this place down there that she likes to go. So we drove down there about an hour and a half. We got to see Lake Mead and the Hoover Dam. Actually, we didn't really see the Hoover Dam very well because it was like hidden, but we drove like right by it and went down there, and it was hot. But anyway, it was fun, and I see a couple of you are here, so say hello, tell me where you're watching from, or tell me what's going on in your life today. What are you doing on this lovely Monday, or whatever day it is when you're watching the replay? I love seeing all your comments, so I'll get back to you after the live. Anyway, so as promised, I still am doing my Facebook Live, even if I'm in St. George, Utah. This is a place where I've come my whole life. My parents have always had like a little condo here, and so it's such a cool privilege to be able to stay here once in a while. And so I'm here. I brought my things for my Facebook Live right here in front of me. My sister is still asleep or soon to get up, and then we'll head home, which is about a 4-hour drive to my town of Pleasant Grove. And so anyway, I've got something to show you today. So the last little while I've been doing the watercolor, Stampin' Up colors in watercolor. I love the Stampin' Up colors. They provide such a beautiful array, like a beautiful rainbow of colors to work with in crafting. And so I started this a couple years ago and only did like 2 colors, and now I've been doing them more often. And so I've got a few more here. So I'll flip around my camera now and review the ones that I've done recently. So I'm just sitting here in this little table right in front of the natural lighting so that hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, because I don't have all my lights, and I don't have my tripod either. I'm just holding it with my hand, but I'm going to do my best. So this was Hydrangea Hue, and I did this one on a Facebook Live, and I love the way that one turned out. So cute. And then I had Peaceful Pine, and well, I guess I did this one too because I remember painting these and the little sun coming up over the clouds, but of course the pine is the main thing. And I've been writing the greetings with my handwriting just because these are kind of special, and I want them to say the name in it so that I'll always be able to remember that that's the reason that I made this card. And then finally, Crisp Cantaloupe. So you can see it's a pretty simple style, just like one designer series paper piece and then a small piece of watercolor paper. This piece of watercolor paper is 2.5 inches, 2.5 by 3.5. And so you can get 4 of these out of every sheet of the Fluid 100 watercolor paper. I love our watercolor paper at Stampin' Up. It is so awesome, and it is very absorbent and is great to work with. Okay, now I need to back up a little bit because I forgot to show you something. I've announced here in Stamping Shenanigans that I'm doing another craft along with my buddies in the Creative Collab crew, Kathy, Emily, and Melissa, who are so talented and fun to work with. And I'm so honored to join their group that they already had going. They asked me, invited me to join when I became a full-time demo. So this is kind of like the one that we did for Christmas in July, where we've got 8 cards and 4 of us have been creating them. So these are the 2 that I created. So on this one, you can see the mask. This is all featuring the pumpkin patch sweet. I think that's what it's called. Pumpkin something sweet. And this is not released yet. It will be released on September 1st. So we're taking orders beforehand so that we can make sure to order on September 1st and get these kits and these products to you as soon as they are available. So this is the other card that I made. The designer series paper is so beautiful. The ribbon is even more incredible than the paper. And the color scheme is so versatile. So go check out the other posts that I did on this. I'll be sharing more as well. But this is bubble bath, and there's these light pastel colors, but then there's also Cajun craze and pumpkin pie, just a lot of really rich, deep colors as well, which makes this suite so much fun to work with and so interesting. There's an embossing folder and masks and dies and stamps. So it's kind of crazy. It's amazing. Okay, so back to what I'm doing today. So last time I did one of these, I said, what color should I do that I haven't done yet? And I had intended to do all of the in colors, which would mean I would be doing either Blush Blossom or what's the other one that I haven't done yet? Golden Glow. But those are a little bit more like, I don't know, ethereal. Like I'm like Blush Blossom. I guess it would be a flower. I got to figure out a blush colored flower to do. Golden Glow could be some sort of glow of the sun. So I'll get to those. Oh, hello. I see some of your comments popping up. Thank you for saying hi. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of this and let me know what color I should do next. I'm going to do all the Stampin' Up! Colors. I've only done 5. I have 50 more to do, I think, because, there's always, actually there's 40 plus 10 in colors. So there's 50 total. So I've done 5. There's 45 more. So there was a comment left and it said, do Berry Burst, which is great. They said it was great for summer. And I said, oh, that's fun. Okay. And I hadn't thought of that color at all. And so I said, okay, I'm going to try that one because I really love doing fruit. As you can see from my crisp cantaloupe, and what other one did I do? I guess that was it. The ones that I didn't show you just earlier in this were strawberry slush and lemon lolly. So yes, I like fruit. Okay, so I'm gonna move this camera into my tripod, which is my left hand, and do a little Berry Burst watercolor on this one. So what I'm gonna do first is do kind of like a little, I've got my water here in my cereal bowl. And so I'm just gonna use my fingers to kind of tap a little bit of a background here. Just a background watercolor wash because I want it to be like kind of, I don't know, splotchy or inconsistent. And now I've got my smallest, well, actually I probably need a bigger one for this one because I need more water here. There we go. I guess the finger method was wasted. Wow, and those are kind of leaving big dots right there, which is okay. I mean, I'm with watercolor, it's always an experiment, and you always have to kind of roll with the punches because unexpected things happen. So let's see, I'm going to get a little bit more color here. It's kind of dark, so let's spread that out. This is ending up being a lot more water than I planned. So guess what? Paper towel right here. Let's soak that all up because I just wanted to kind of have this sort of glow behind there. And the reason for that was I wanted to try to make a burst. So I'm going to make berries next, and then I'm hoping that there will be sort of like a berry colored burst behind them. So that's kind of what we've got right there. So that's good. Next step, I'm going to do one berry kind of over here, and then one kind of behind it this way. And so in order to do this, I'm going to just take so I could get a pencil out and kind of draw the shape of a berry. But I found in my watercoloring, which I've only done one so far, but I was like pleased with how it looked. It's easy to just kind of add more. So I'm just doing like kind of little circular rows, and some of them are going to be, they're going to just fill it in, and look, there's some water, so that's kind of like bleeding up there. That's okay. With watercolor, I just kind of let it go and let it do what it wants to do, because I find that like once it dries, or I'm able to alter it in some way that I like. And also, this is a piece of art, so got to just kind of let it go a little bit and realize that it's going to look different than anything you've ever done before. So I'm just kind of doing these little circles, and some of them are getting filled in and some will have spaces, and that's exactly what I want. And now I want it to come to kind of a little point there. Now, if you've looked at raspberries before, that's the type of berry I'm trying to do here, because that's the color that we've got. They are all different shapes and sizes. Like sometimes they have like things sticking out, like this one right there. Sometimes they're a little bit more filled in. That to me looks pretty much perfect. But then sometimes they are also like more square size, and so that's all great. So that's the first one, and then for the top, I'm just going to kind of maybe do a little bit more solid fill in here, because it's like the back side. You know, if you're looking down into a berry, then it's going to be more solid here. And it's kind of all the same color right now, so I'm going to add a little drop. Untwisting this with my right hand, since my tripod is my left hand. If you're just joining, you may have missed me say that I'm not in my regular video studio today, otherwise known as my office/stamp room, because I'm in St. George, Utah. I was in Las Vegas for the weekend, so don't have all my tools, but I didn't want to miss this special date that I have with all of you every week to do my Facebook Live. Okay. There we go. So I just add a little bit darker in the top. Now that was an experiment, you know, like if you're looking down into the berry, it might be a little darker in the center. I think actually raspberries are lighter in the center, but nobody's actually going to be looking at a real raspberry when they look at my watercolor. So I can do whatever I want. This is Shannon's berry burst. So, okay, now I'm going to move on to the other. I'm going to do another berry up here, but I kind of want it, let's see, I was thinking of doing some ground cover here. So these are not floating. So then I was going to do another one kind of behind it, but I kind of wonder if there need to be a couple, because it's like, so I'm going to do one here, like, and these can be pretty fast because you can just do all of these circles. My brush has a little bit more paint in it this time, so this one's ending up darker, which again is fine because raspberries are different colors as well. I don't know why, but they do seem to take on light. I mean, maybe it's just that when they're picked earlier, they're like a little bit lighter color. So there, that looks like a second one. Let's make this one a little bit bigger, a little taller. And I like this, how some of them are like, now see what it's like when it's dried? See how a lot of them kind of fill in? And so I'm just leaving this right here and just kind of letting the water and the color fill in as needed. So this one looks like it's hollow. So I'm going to get a little bit of darker color, get my darker pool up there, and kind of come back here and fill in a little bit. Of course, I'm touching the main area though, so see the dark is kind of seeping down into here. That's fine. I like it. Looks cool. So yeah, there are totally two different colors. I didn't plan on that happening, but I quite like it. And I like that they're not like, let's see, should we make them touch? It might be okay. Might be able to like still maintain individuality. Just do a couple more over here. Make this one a little bit bigger. Okay, I think that might be good. It's good. I'm gonna just wash off my brush a little bit. Now I do want to have some ground cover, and I didn't bring any other colors. And so I'm gonna just lighten this up, like lots of water here. And touch that there. And then I'll just use like a very light, I wonder if that's dry. Whoops. Well, I got a big drip, so I guess that's what I'll be doing. I didn't bring my heat tool along, which would have come in handy. All right, so just for a little bit of ground cover, let's see what color that is. It's kind of dark still, so I'm gonna just take some water over here and kind of isolate a little bit maybe. Get some more water and just make that really, really light. There we go. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of draw, I mean, it's like, by ground cover, I just mean like a shelf for these berries to kind of sit on. But see, as I touch them, it does make them bleed a little bit, but that might be okay. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's kind of abstract, but I think it works. And then I've still got my burst up above. Okay, I'm going to show you now the one that I did before this. Thanks for your messages. Thanks for saying hi, you guys, and glad you're here. Hopefully that you've got something nice planned for today or for this week. Let me know if you do. I'd love to hear. Okay, so this is the one that I attempted to do berry burst, like it's bursting out of the berry. And I made little leaves. Again, I didn't bring any green with me. So, but this one, yeah, so I was trying to make it burst right out of that. So I'm not sure I really accomplished that. So then on this one, I tried a different angle, a different style. And I think I'll just come back in and just do some like tiny little leaves, even though they're not green. Because I was like, most of the time when you buy raspberries, they don't have leaves on them. That looks great. I love that. That's perfect. So I'm like, yeah, I guess they do. But I have picked real raspberries off bushes at my grandma's house. So they do have little kind of green clumps if you pick them. Have any of you picked raspberries before? Tell me what about it. I think it's like a little green clump like this. And I think that looks good. So I think I'm going to stop there. So hi, Brandy. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for being here, all of you. Claudia, Donna, love to see you guys here. Thanks, Jennifer. Okay, so now we have, let's see. This is my, okay, so in the style that I showed you before, let me see if I can grab those back. Where I've been doing card, watercolor, little piece of DSP, and this under here. They've all been a little bit different, but they've all had kind of this piece of DSP back here. So I'm continuing on with this piece of DSP that comes from the Violet suite. So I will put this down. Camera girl, Brandy. No, I'm the camera girl. Isn't that hilarious? I'm here. Hillary's here. She's, I don't know, getting ready probably. And so I didn't bug her. I just decided to do it by myself. But that's why it's a little shaky. So there was my plan to do something like this. Now this card is looking super monochromatic. I'm like itching for something else. Like at least like a green ribbon or something else needs to be on here. And so I'll probably wait and finish this up, and then I can post it after I get home and add something else there. I mean, monochromatic is not bad. I like monochromatic cards. But one thing that's kind of throwing me off a little bit is that the watercolor paper is so vanilla and this is so white. I'll probably stick with it still, but I feel like it needs maybe a barrier between the two somehow. I don't know. I got to look at it and think about what to do. But there are my Berry Burst watercolors. Watercolor, I guess it's just one. Let's see. Tina, you have raspberry bushes and they do have a green clump. Okay. And small leaves that as you pick, oh, they stay on the bush. Okay, that would make sense why they're always taken off when you buy them at the grocery store. So that's it for my Facebook Live. So I've got Berry Burst now, and I'll write my little greeting on there. I'm not sure what kind of card this should be. Review now, Peaceful Pine, Crisp Cantaloupe. So I had a thank you card. This one is just a Peaceful Pine card from me. That one to me definitely says like thinking of you or something like that. And then my Hydrangea Hue. So if you have a favorite color that you'd like to see in watercolor, put that in the comments and I'll consider that for next time. I've been doing these, I don't know, about every other week or something. But I love thinking of ways to show Stampin' Up! Colors in watercolor. Watercolor is my greatest crafting passion currently, and my watercolor club for August is currently, oh, nope, it's closed already. So we'll be launching September soon. But if you're interested in watercolor club, leave a comment or send me a message and I can let you know next time it's open. And other than that, I'll try some of the other colors, and that's it. Thank you for joining me today, for being patient with my left-handed camera tripod while my right hand was watercoloring. And I'll finish this one up and share it with you. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I will see you next Monday. Bye-bye.